demolish me if they get a chance.
Which explains why you're running around the room in that kind of odd formation.
Yep. So they gather up and just follow me around. Well, that's the boss.
Good job. It looks like we got another $50 donation from Francesca Fresa. Thank you for your $50 donation.
Alright. Don't need any more wings. Time to head to the final dungeon. Now the wings in this game, they cost 200 gold, and they teleport you only back to the second town. However, in the earlier versions of the game, or different previous versions, they cost 2,000, but they teleport you to either village. Anyway, I know I got the first trigger right since she's out here on the docks. Head inside. Tell of the fate of the fortune teller or the fate of the fortune teller. Ask her to read the books we have gathered, since they're in a dead language that she and the fortune teller knew. And that third book is all three books are the trigger.
Of course, every good JRPG's got to have an obligatory dead language that only one person can read.
Yep. Reset the town and activate the final triggers. Alright.
Just to hype up some of our later donation incentives that haven't been met yet. For Legend of Mana, we're only at 50 out of 200 for viewing the opening cutscene. And right now we don't have anything for voice acting the final scene of any any storyline, whichever one gets met. Which looks like there's a little bit of a bidding war right now between Dragon and Jumi. So put your money in for whatever storyline you want there. Looking at Chrono Trigger a little after that. Right now there's nothing on Ayla, so if you want an aim in for that, you got that, and you got Marley. Neither one of them have any money, so you can put your money towards that and get your name that you want. And Luca also has a pretty low donation total, so if you're looking for something this night, there you go.
And don't forget we have the opera coming up in Final Fantasy VI.
Can't forget the opera. And you still also want to get that Phantom Train Suplex.
The Phantom Suplex.
So right now we're a little over $200 short of the Phantom Train Suplex.
Alright, final dungeon. Has 25 floors. The floors on the current floor is on the room name. And trap. And all my gear, all my tier 4 gear is gone. And here's our sleepwalker again. Somehow he wandered in here. And I'm just gonna stare at this wall for a minute. Oh look, someone opened the door. With his bare fist. Well-made masonry, yet demolished with a single punch.
Weak walls, strong punch. Many thanks.
Yes. Thank you very much, good sir. Second potion for later. And this is easily forgotten, evil ring. It's needed for the run, otherwise it'd be ignored completely.
And aren't you the hero? Why do you need an evil ring?
To open an evil door.
That sounds completely logical.
A door that only opens for those of evil hearts.
Again, video game logic.
Mask of Eyes, reveal the hidden door. Where this old man is hiding inside. He's been in this tower for 6 months, somehow avoiding all the monsters due to this idol that we were given back from the prison. He also has been studying the past of this whole tower, and, well, we don't have time to listen to it. But he did give us a blue necklace, which helps us avoid traps. Back to the secret passage. And blue necklace equipped. Now, throughout the first 6 floors, scattered throughout, are the tier 3 weapons and armor if we didn't come across them earlier. But, meh. Don't really need them. Alright, 6th floor, trap avoided. Let's go on up. Alright, 7th floor. Now the various NPCs that are in the tower, the old man, the sleepwalking bard, and the man who punched through the wall, you'll see them randomly about as they're climbing the tower themselves. But I don't really need to talk to them right now. But I did pick up my silver sword again. No weapons, no armor, silver sword. Let's do this. Yeah, the only way he can hurt me is through those sights. He doesn't hurt me on his physical, but those sights will do a lot of damage to me. But silver sword is very powerful. And the reward is the 4th book. There are 6 books in the game, and that's all I have to get them. And there's a hammer.
Hammer time.
Yes, very much so. In fact, it has a very important use. In fact, if it weren't for it, I would not be able to progress. Anyway, reclaim my shield. These statues come alive as a secondary trap. It's like trying to stop me. Doesn't really work. Narrow passageways are my bane.
Yeah, they do. Considering they look like they're just nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yep. And I can't shoulder bash them. Got my turn. Alright. Hammer. Break that pillar. We're done here. If I didn't break that pillar, I would be taking damage per frame as I tried to travel through this one room. Well, not per frame, but pretty dang quickly. I wouldn't be able to make. I'd barely be able to make it to that halfway that door earlier. Yeah, that's what I still touch about this game. As I'm climbing up to each floor, it eventually goes closer to sunset, to night, and eventually dawn. Anyway, I couldn't progress further in that mirror room, so best to go on up. And there's another boss. The way to fight him, run in a circle.
Getting a little close there.
The circle was too tight. Wasn't loose enough. I didn't die. Good enough anyway. And there's the 5th book, as well as a rod. So, what does this rod do? Well, it has a very interesting function. It has the same design and make. Oh, by the way, it's night now. It has the same design ornately as the crystal I got earlier, but instead of allowing me to transport through statues, I teleport through mirrors. And I get my armor back, even though it's being guarded by a knight.
Best guarding job ever.
And he's still guarding it. Anyway, even though I have the silver gear back, there is actually a stronger set of armor and weapons. However, I'm not going to pick up anything except the stronger sword.
Of course you don't need it. Best defense is a good offense, correct?
Exactly. Except against giant heads. Anyway. That's all I needed the evil ring for. To get in here to talk to the troubadour, who I gave the harmonica to. She explains that, well, she got herself captured on purpose to speak to me and give me the monocle, which the monocle allows me to read the books. It also makes me see everything through a nice little orange tint. Lack of enemies got me lost. Like I said, they tend to wander off on their own, so I didn't see anyone with that intersection. Just kind of got lost for myself for a moment. Anyway, now that I've read the 4th and 5th book, I've got to head back down the tower for a bit. Now the whole reason I'm heading back down here is to find the sleepwalking bard. He got on a split path to a dead end where he's currently hiding out. But for some reason, one of his family heirlooms is the final boss key. And he doesn't give it to me until I have the 5th book and I've read it. Because the 5th book is also another one of his family's heirlooms. Anyway, this mirror. I bought it earlier in the run. It's just a nice little mirror, but it helps me in one room up ahead.
The room you gotta look pretty in?
Not me, I gotta show them how bad they look.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Tough decision.
I would have to say it's our donators who keep donating for our cause. We are Crystals for Life, raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. 100% of your donations will go towards the cause in order to help find ways to treat and possibly cure type 1 diabetes.
Anyway, backtracking over, back to where I was. Yes, the floor that I need the mirror on is the 17th floor, where it's all one big, slender hallway where I can't really shoulder check, so every attack hits me back, except when I use the mirror. Freezes them all in time, because they're all so fascinated. The mirror would be more useful for more of the run if it wasn't for the fact that I had to stop while the mirror was going on. East Complete, back that was released in 2001, it was you could still move while the animation was going on, which allowed for a lot more use in the runs, as well as East 2 had a full boss skip for it. Unfortunately, it's the hardest. It's one of the more difficult bosses in East 2, so... Alright, here's the best guards. And use. Alright. Hidden door, they just reveal. That has the level 5 sword. In fact, if they hadn't busted through the wall saying, hey, we're here, or tried to ambush me, I would have never gotten that sword. But they did a better job of guarding the actual chest. They put 2 guys on it. Unfortunately, I can still open the chest from behind. Heal a potion. Save there. Wait, I forgot to put the flame sword. Alright, time for what is the hardest boss. Only the golden head is able to be injured. I missed the 3 cycle. And those little crystals that fly around, those are what damage me. And dead. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, it's without the level 5 armor and shield, this fight is actually a bit difficult. Just gotta play it a little carefully. And there we go. Make sure to re-equip the level 4 sword and the boss key.
particular reason why you switched back to the level 4 one?
Actually, storyline. The final boss he is next to completely invulnerable to any weapon except for the silver gear. And normally I would it'd be not a problem, except for the fact that every time you hurt him, sections of the arena disappear.
Oh, nice.
And that's it. Get ready on time. Gotta read the last book first, which he had. Floating around. And the screen fades. And time.
49:27.
49-27 with one death. Not bad. No, if I had. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, now to set up for the next game. I'll let the credits play for a while.
So while we're just getting set up for ES3 here, it looks like I got one more donation from $30 from Toby Cooper. It's good getting paid, so here's the promised donation. Please name Yuffie Ritsuke, and let's meet the 1000 for the Phantom Train Suplex. Thanks for the amazing entertainment over the past days. It's been awesome. A big thanks to all the runners and organizers for making this event enjoyable. Alright, you got 3 again?
Alright. I hope I don't have to use F1 too many times. Alright. This is the run I'm nervous about. Okay. Let's do what we can. Try to keep underestimate. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Given the fact that I see a red-haired character in Dogi, I'm assuming this must be some kind of direct sequel.
Yeah. Most of the main games follow along the storyline of adult Kristen, the one with red hair. There's a few that don't quite follow them, but usually most do. Origins, which will be played later in the series, later in the marathon, takes place 700 years before East 1.
Well, of course it's got to be beforehand. It is the origin.
Now they split up. And there's the reinforcements. Tutorial on boost. Now gather. I almost got them all. Alright. Story so far. After the events of East 1 and 2, Dogi and Adol decide to go on aimless wandering adventures. And after hearing some news of Dogi's hometown being stricken with plagues and famine, they decide to come back and find out what's going on. It's also been 8 years since Dogi's been home. And thank you, configuration options for disabling cutscenes.